Well, I roped my buddy old Johnny into going. We had to go make do some errands today, dropping off trot and hobbles to get fixed and picking up other trot and hobbles. Kirby dropped carry a big stick. He get all muddy too. He's dirty. He dropped off carry a big stick. Nice sock feet there, champ. Don't forget your shoes. You lost a shoe over there. Yeah. Kirby gets soaked in mud. Dropping off, set the mood and carry a big stick. Went out to the field just for a month. So I had a couple people worried. I mentioned about turning frilly fringes out yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, great! Now you're turning frilly fringes out." Just hold on. So carry a big stick and set the mood are going out for about a month. Frilly fringes going out for 5 or 6 days. I just felt that she was a little lethargic all week. Not sore, not on a line, nothing mechanical wrong with frilly fringes. Just felt like she was in a funk. She could have been in heat. She could have been a little under the weather. Could have been a million things. But it was a beautiful day yesterday. I had got back from the clinic bringing Cabernet and Holy Chick home after their operation. And frilly fringes sitting there looking at me. Beautiful day. Lots of green grass around. So the one of the farms we use to turn our horses out just around the corner, maybe 12 minutes away, 10 minutes away. I had messaged him, said, "Hey, can I bring a horse out for a week or less?" They said no problem. So Ollie and I just threw frilly fringes in the trailer and took her out to the grass. So I don't want anybody to think there's anything wrong with frilly fringes. Quite the opposite. Frilly fringes had one of the rarest mediocre days of her training career. It wasn't a bad day. It wasn't a horrible performance. It was just flat. And I just wanted to freshen her up, so we took her out to the field, let her eat some grass for a few days. I'd said to Amy, Amy takes care of frilly fringes and Won My Heart Hanover. Just one sec, buddy. And they usually run hand in hand. So she's like, "Well, you didn't turn the other filly out?" I said, "The way Won My Heart Hanover trained, I can't turn her out. I want her just like that." So she's happy here and she's behaving and she's going to train like that. She ain't going anywhere. But old frilly fringes went out for 5 days. What's that, honey?
We feed the horses mashed wheatgrass.
That's great. That's good. That's a very important thing to tell me, Ollie. Thank you. So I meant to do some videos yesterday, but I was literally just too busy. We didn't get done. Ollie and I, what time did we get home last night, Ollie?
5:25.
Yeah, somewhere around there, about 25 after 5 or 5:30. It was late. And it was such a good day. It didn't matter how long we were driving around for. It was just a fantastic day. The horses trained so good. I got to the barn today, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to have an easy day. I don't really think... I had messaged everybody. I hate giving the horses 2 days off. So if we give them today off, then Sunday they have off, and now they're off 2 days going into Monday. I hate that. But it was such a nice day. I woke up... I actually woke up at 6:30. Looked out the window. The sun's starting to come up. I looked at the forecast. It's going to be a beautiful day. So I messaged all the caretakers and I said, you know what? We'll give all the 2-year-olds today off, today and tomorrow off. Just do your best to get everybody, as you imagine, we have 61 babies in the training center. Do your best to try and get them all out. There's only, 12, 13, maybe 15 paddocks. Do your best to get them all out. So I hope, I didn't check on everybody, but I hope everybody got the day off. And even Glance. There you go. So Ollie was watching. Glance was out in the paddock. So everybody got a day off. Now, as I said, I got to the barn and I'm like, I wanted to maybe go a mile with globetrotting. The track was so good yesterday and it was even better today. I wanted to go a mile with globetrotting and I wanted to jog Rito Sunshine. He didn't get the day off because he looked, I'll be honest, if you go back and look at the video, he looked lame. And I said to Harry, what's going on with him? He said, we put a blister on him, and I think it was bothering him. So I said, you know what? Put an open bridle on him, and I'll jog him. I want to see how he jogs today. And it's important. If you have any horses that you think had a poor day yesterday because of lameness issues or there's something starting to bother them, today they'll look twice as bad. So we really didn't have any horses that I would say looked off or horrible yesterday. Rito Sunshine caught my eye when I watched the videos. So I went out and I went with him today. He was awesome, jumping up in the air. He was sound. Harry was right. It was just a blister and it had started to come off. After he trained yesterday, they cold hosed him, cool casted his leg. That scab started to dry up and come off today, and he looked like $1 million today. So I guess we were just a day too early with Rito Sunshine. Although, how much did you go with him yesterday? Johnny went with him.
went so many horses, I can't remember.
The black horse there he wasn't lame though. You said he was touching his knee.
Yeah, he was touching it.
You got to get those flip-flops off him. Anyway, this is all mechanical stuff. But the good news was the horse was sound as a dollar today. So as I'm going down the shadow, Harry says, hey, do you want to go a mile with this one? Beach Bum BB. Yeah. You want to go with Arctic Force? You know what? Why don't you go with Arctic Force, Trafalgar, Maintenance Man. I was there all morning at Harry's barn going on the race bike. And I felt bad because some people had emailed and say, are you going to train on Saturday? And I said, yeah, there's horses training, but I really had no inclination that I was going to go with any of them. So I go out and I go with, who was the first one? Was BB the first one?
First one? No, Blue Monk. Or today.
Yeah. Today, I went with BB. Little rolly in the turns, but I went a mile 59 with Beach Bum BB. Now, keep in mind, when I tell you guys that the track's short, it might be short a bit. Who gives a shit? It's short. Sorry, if it's short a second and a half, so what? If I went in 2 minutes on a half-mile training track with Beach Bum BB, it's still a good mile. And to be honest, I don't know what that guy did when he graded the track, but it feels like the Delaware County Fairgrounds now. I'll talk about some of the horses that went big miles today. I went a big mile with Giddy Up Max following Kevin's 2 horses. Giddy Up Max can put steps in at Mohawk once in a while. He never put one step in today. He was fantastic. So Beach Bum BB won a mile in 59. No, first horse I went with was Arctic Force. I went out and went with Arctic Force. Arctic Force felt unbelievably good. 58 last half and 58 with a bow in his neck. He is ready to rock right now. Arctic Force will be in to qualify as soon as we can get him in. He's ready to go to the Sire Stakes. My God, that horse feels good. So Arctic Force was awesome. Beach Bum BB was adequate. She was good in the sense that fast-wise, if you'd have told me 10 minutes before I went with her, Anthony, you're going to go mile 2-2, would you be happy? I would have been ecstatic. To go mile in 59 with Beach Bum BB was pretty impressive. And even if the track's short and it was really 2 minutes and a bit, who cares? It was still a great mile. I went with Globetrotting, get over the half in 102, went a mile in 159 and won last half 57 and a bit. Last quarter about 29 seconds. Still hesitating a bit. I'm not too concerned. We're still 12 days. We're still well over 2 weeks away from her stake race, and her qualifier will hopefully be next week. Now, I had the shoes. Anyway, there'll be a little shoeing change. I talked to Jason a little bit, but we're going to make one little shoeing change on her again. I think she'll get better as the year goes on also, but I think she'll probably be around 90% when we qualify her as far as mechanics go. And to be truthful, we all looked at Globetrotting and said, well, she raced in the Breeders' Crown. She was always a little bumpy, right? Always. If you look at all her miles when she came out of the last turn, it was funny because I went back and watched some of her races, like most of us did during this time off, watched old races, and you could see coming out of the turn, she would hesitate and put a step in. She's just so powerful. She would power through it, and I think you're going to see the same thing this year. Big, powerful filly. Even if the track's short, call it what you want. A mile and 59 this morning is a mile and 56 in Scioto. She's ready to go. So Globetrotting was good. Trafalgar, same type of mile, half and 2, mile and 59. She was very, very good. I watched Jason train Cavill Hanover in 2-4. I trained Maintenance Man 2 minutes, last half in 57 seconds. West 52nd. I don't know what to tell you. Did you watch him go?
No, I didn't see
West
him.
52nd, 1 mile 56. No hobbles on at the training center, half-mile track today. Now, there's a horse that was second in the world record that Yes set. I was second with him that night. This is a horse we've been hoping we could get the hobbles off of. If he's not safe now, he'll never be safe. I don't care what kind of mile, under 2 minutes you go over to Miko Training Center. It's a big mile. So if Harvey Crickmore, I know he doesn't watch these, but the guy who did that track, man, oh man, he's got a good set of eyes on him because that track is lightning fast right now. Need your opinion. So I go out with Giddy Up Max. I'll get this out of the way first. Time El Houdini, 2-4, last half in a minute, I believe. I didn't catch the last couple of strides. He looked good, though. He's ready to qualify. So I'm going out with Harry. Last one. Harry says, you may as well go with Giddy Up Max. I said, all right. Kevin's going out the door with Miss Mischief Maker and Need Your Opinion.
Beast.
Oh, Miss Mischief Maker. She's gone. Miss Brampton Beast. And Need Your Opinion. Now, Johnny had gone with Need Your Opinion. So he knows better than even I how good she is right now. I only drove her once last year, I think, and that was I think I was 4th locked in one of the last stake races of the year. She raced great. But she's been good the last 2 times you went with her. So Greg went with her, right?
Yeah.
Greg Wade went with her. Now Greg's not a
I think
driver.
that's what it was. She was going so fast. I couldn't
Yeah,
really tell.
Greg's not a driver. He's just a guy, right? So Kevin said, just jump on and go with this horse. Whatever. I said, I'll follow you guys. We get over the half in 59 a bit. Minute, maybe?
A minute, I think.
Minute?
Yeah.
And Greg Wade had trouble with Need Your Opinion in the 2-hole. She was starting to pull a little bit. Again, he's not a driver. He's just a guy. He just wheeled her out of the 2-hole. Gone. I and Kevin were 4 lengths behind Need Your Opinion. Maybe 5. Somewhere around there. I went my mile in 56 and 2 with Giddy Up Max. And Miss Mischief Maker ended up beating me. I just didn't get by her. She was pacing good to the wire. And when I saw Need Your Opinion blow by Miss Mischief Maker, I'm like, Jesus, this filly's just, she's not that good this year. Is she not? I really thought she'd be awesome. Need Your Opinion was just that good. She won with a rider, just a guy. Greg Wade, just a guy. Nice guy, does a great job. He trained horses before. He's not an idiot. He's a smart enough guy, but he's not a driver. He just wheeled out of the 2-hole to 5/8, cleared Miss Mischief Maker now, and drove away at will. And I don't even think Greg knew how fast he was going until he...
Misbrampton Beast, right?
Did I say Miss Mischief Maker again? I wish she had gone at 55 when I had her. Miss Brampton Beast. She went right by her and opened up. And
I was up to fast, and I had a good.
oh, there's
view of
Johnny.
the-
Johnny's electric watch, 155 and 7/8.
Yeah.
So that might have been 56 and 1. It might have been 55. I don't know. Who cares? It was an ungodly mile off a half in a minute. And like I said, I don't even know if Greg knew how fast he was going until he clicked his watch. And he beat us handily, like 5-6 lengths. He just busted us up. And that was a great mile for Giddy Up Max and Miss Brampton Beast.
Yeah.
I almost said it again. Miss Brampton Beast. But it just goes to show. And I said, I got thinking quietly to myself after. I'm pretty sure Arctic Force and Need Your Opinion are the 2 most impressive horses we have at 3. That's not to insult anybody's horses. Miss Brampton Beast went a mile 56 today. And again, okay, the track's short. Who cares? Let's say if it's short 100 feet, that's a mile and 57. 100 feet's long. If it's short 100 feet, which it isn't probably, that's a mile and 57. So to say our horses are prepared and ready to go would be an understatement. Need Your Opinion's ready to rock. Miss Brampton Beast ready to rock. I know Giddy Up Max had already qualified in 57, so he was always ready to rock. Trafalgar was amazing today. Arctic Force shocked me. I knew he was good. Doug Brown told me how good he was. I knew personally how good the horse was, but to see him do that today by himself with such ease was so impressive. Arctic Force was awesome today. Beach Bum BB was much better than even I thought she would be today on a tight track. Globetrotting was good. I'm not going to say great because it's a filly I expect to see in the Breeders' Crown this year also. So she's good. She was good today. 59 over this track off a half 102. You can't ask for a 3-year-old trotter to do any more than that. It's just impossible. And you can go back and say, West 52nd. West 52nd is a seasoned 4-year-old. So, and has already seen miles in 55. This filly, this is her sophomore year. She hasn't even started yet. She's just getting to qualifying time. Cavill Hanover might have went in 2-4 or whatever, but I'm not qualifying him for a while. I want to figure out what we're doing with him, make sure he's good and tight and ready to go. You probably won't see him qualify for a month, but he was good today. West 52nd was absolutely incredible. I'm watching him go, and I'm like, I knew before he hit the quarter pole, I said, this horse, either Jason's just going to bottom him out and he's going to walk and we're going to make fun of him, or he's going to go some kind of ungodly mile this morning. And he never so much as missed a beat. No hobbles on for West 52nd. That is for certain. He was awesome today. Not quite as good as Need Your Opinion, who was incredible, and Taimo Houdini was good. So that was the 3-year-olds. It was a big, big morning. Bigger than I thought. I wanted to get these videos done in the morning. I thought Ollie and I might do the videos. How was First Glance yesterday, Ollie?
Good.
How was he? Good? Got the job done, eh? I heard you were going with a pony today. Is that true? You back there chewing your fingers or pecking your nose? Either way, you're not supposed to touch your face. Yeah, there you go. So, so the 3-year-olds were great today. It goes without saying. I've had a full day. Yeah, buddy.
You know the way you get off a race bike? bike?
I was just going to say, I heard you jumped off a race bike today and you look pretty sharp doing it. Ollie was out going with the pony today, he said.
And I bathed her.
And you bathed her. Wow. I gotta put a twitch on you to get you to bath yourself sometimes, and you bath the horse. That's good.
Like Uncle James, are they?
Little dirty, yeah, little Uncle James. Ollie's not too bad, but Ava's got long hair, and I know she hates getting in and washing it. This guy in this blue Subaru keeps riding up my arse, and I don't like it. Is he in a big hurry to go somewhere? Everything's closed. You need me to pull over and tell him?
It's not Subaru, it's a Honda.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Car salesman back there now. So yesterday it was a fantastic day. A really, really, really good day. Oh, Johnny, I was going to have you write down a top 10 list here. I'm going to need you to write down your top 10 list while I do this here.
James asked me yesterday.
No, right here. I'm going to need your top 10 list right under there. John Boy's top 10 list for yesterday. There you go. There you go. We got a pen for you somewhere right here. There you go. There's a pen right on top, Johnny
I was on
Boy.
the run at the back.
Well, you're going to have to take a look. I know you watched some of the videos, though. Great news also. I know a lot of people have been asking me over the last couple of months. You know, obviously you guys knew that I had a plan, right? I had a plan for this spring and this summer. I was so excited. It's a long story, so it's not for today. But I had a plan to sell a ton of shares this spring and summer, something that would help the stable, something innovative, something cool, and it ended up getting shelved and tabled because of the pandemic, obviously, because of COVID-19. You live on Stone Road, right? Yep. So I had people calling me, "Hey, Anthony, what are you going to do? You have all these shares. What are you going to do with them?" And I said, "Sell them." You know, if you guys remember 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we started this 5 years ago, we'd always be selling, right? Wanted to sell shares to people, and if I thought that horses had more shares than they should have had, I would simply pick up the phone and call some people and say, "Listen, I don't want to sway you either way, but I believe this horse is worth more than what he's on the board for, and there's a number of shares. If you're interested, to have a look." I just didn't do that for the most part this year. I was so confident that we were on the right path that I didn't make a pandemic contingency plan, and whatever. Anyway, many of you may have noticed over the last week, a lot of shares disappeared, and I had talked to a number of clients in the stable and spoke about the horses we have. And listen, I was fortunate enough this year that we had a lot of people standing behind me, not a lot, a group of people standing behind me that helped me purchase all the horses. And some of those people and some other people realized now it's May. We still had a number of shares left. Now it's May. You got to see everything. I'm extremely lucky that this was the deepest. Can you imagine what position I'd be in right now if we had a bunch of okay horses, a bunch of mediocre horses? It would be stressful, let's say. But when you look down the list at the horses, last week we had shares left in That's My Girl. We had shares left in Blue Monk. Horses that were clearly talented animals. So I was lucky enough, a lot of those people had picked up the phone and said, "Hey, what's your plan with That's My Girl?" I sent her to Indiana. I think she's a stake filly. And we had people jump in and buy these shares. And I guess that's what it's all about, right? Obviously, I was exposed more than I wanted to be at that time frame. But at the same time, we had good horses to fall back on. So it turned into a situation where I guess like Field of Dreams. If you build it, he will come. They will come. So we had good horses. It was pretty obvious. And a lot of the shares ended up leaving. And some horses ended up being sold out, which is good for me. Good for the stable. We brought a lot of new people on. I was so shocked. Wendy had told me 2 weeks ago, I had told you guys, since the beginning of the pandemic, we had added 14, 16, something like that, clients. As of yesterday, that was 22. 22 new clients, well over 800 now, clients of the stable.ca in 12 countries. And we had a number of people that had wanted to come on and seen our horses and come on. A lot of them bought sizable shares in horses. So not only did we end up with new clients, we ended up with people that bought significant pieces of horses because they, not because I sold it to them, but because they decided that was an interesting proposition for them. So that was fantastic in that regard also. Now, moving forward, we are going to start cleaning up these shares heading into the summer. I know that it's going to be much harder to sell the shares of a horse that's okay, right? Carry a big stick and Set the Mood are turned out now. Now, Set the Mood was sold out. Carry a Big Stick is not. I suspect his shares aren't going to move. But you have horses like Adrenaline Rush. Sorry, Johnny. I give Johnny a little grease there yesterday. He ended up, I ended up interfering with Johnny halfway down the lane. He came in and I came out a little bit more with Blue Monk.
70-30 maybe, or 80-20?
And you can go like 55-45. but Johnny ended up getting interfered with. And and we're lucky. We can joke about it now. But one, he didn't get hurt. And two, Adrenaline Rush ended up with a cut on his leg and he had to have a little stitch. How many stitches? 2 stitches? 3 stitches? A little stitch. Anyway, it's not a big deal. He'll be fine. But we're lucky it was. And that's, those things happen. They happen in racing. I've greased many people in racing. But it goes to saying it wasn't my intention, put it that way. Blue Monk was great. Adrenaline Rush was also great. There's a horse. You moved at the quarter pole to the front. I moved Blue Monk. You followed me. You moved way
at 3/4.
You moved way too early getting in the last turn.
He was used to Kevin moving him there.
Yeah. So the horse was great. I mean, Kevin's horses were awesome yesterday. Sunshine and May was going to win the last set, and they found out later she had a couple of marks on her knee. Looks like she touched her knee coming out of the turn. She was awesome yesterday. Warby was great, and Adrenaline Rush was fantastic. He got interfered with, and as I said, we can joke about it now. He got a little cut. He'll be fine. But wow, Kevin's got all three of those horses really ready to rock, and Adrenaline Rush was fantastic yesterday. What I was getting at was Adrenaline Rush still has 70-some shares left. I will get those shares cleaned up and sold out 100%, but I haven't had to up until this point. So over the next few weeks, we're going to start moving those shares along. So if you're one of the people that were out there waiting to get some sort of deal and buy shares in Blue Monk and you missed out, I will tell you that I am going to start focusing first and foremost on Adrenaline Rush, but other horses in our midst. Another horse that was absolutely tremendous yesterday was No Free Lunch. Now, I can't really blame anybody. He's been mediocre, right? Kind of been hidden. Danny's done a good job hiding him all winter, keeping him sound. I said to Mario, I said, hey, second week with flip-flops on, I let his hobbles out 4 holes before his last trip. You saw when I put him in gear last week, he got a little rolly. Much less of that the other day. He's really stretching into those hobbles. Mario said he was very, very good yesterday. He just won with ease in like 2.7, come a half and 1-1. There's 2 horses I will be focusing on in the coming weeks of selling those shares out. So if you're out there and you are looking to buy shares and horses and saying, I'll take my time and I'll get them whenever, the whenever will be in the next 7 days or whenever will be never. So, so there's that. As I said, the babies were fantastic. We got to see Stonebridge Simba qualify. We got to see a qualifier this week. Stonebridge Simba was great in qualifying. Now he drew the 8 hole, but somebody told one of our people told us that it's a very good class, even though he's got the 8 hole. A very good class on Monday afternoonish, eveningish. Stonebridge Simba will be going. So we had the babies yesterday. They were tremendous. I'm going to have my list. The overall list was changed.
Just doing yesterday's performance.
Yeah, no, that's good. Overall list has changed a little bit. My list from yesterday's quite a bit different than the overall list. You saw here? Okay. You see a lot right here? Or at the light? Yeah. You see a lot of easy now. See, it looked like me. See how you almost greased me? You see a lot of different you'll see a lot of different changes on the top 10 list from yesterday as opposed to overall. And John Boy's going to have his own top 10 list for yesterday also. I don't know how your list looks according to mine.
Well, it's a little rushed.
It's rushed. Yeah. It's rushed. All right, well, it's rushed, but we're going to get you Johnny's list, my top 10 list overall. We're going to talk about all the babies. We're going to talk about all the 3-year-olds. We're going to talk about all the barns. We have Ohio coming up. For those of you who have been living in a cave and not paying attention, we, thestable.ca, will be heading to Northfield Park first week of June. The first stake race for our 4 good fillies, 4 good trotting fillies, is June the 12th. I will not be present at Scioto Downs on June the 12th. We are, if you're a driver in Ohio out there, I suspect maybe Ryan Stahl. It's going to be tough to get Aaron Merriman, Ronnie Wren, or Brett Miller. They're all kind of locked in. Where do we go here? Don't forget to tell me. Left?
Yeah.
They're all kind of locked into other trainers, whether it be Virgil Morgan with Brett, Aaron Merriman with Chris Beaver, or Ronnie with a number of trainers. I'm going to try and get the best driver we can to drive these horses. I told you, I remember now. I canvassed here. I canvassed in this apartment building when I was running as a PC candidate. A lot of liberal-minded people here. Not too many conservative-minded people, I can tell you that. So, we're going to try and get drivers for... oh, yeah, I see. Right. We're gonna get drivers for those 4 horses, and I apologize for my partners on those horses, but there's simply nothing I can do with the pandemic and the border lockdown. I might be able to get into Ohio, but I can't get out. So my responsibilities are overall to the stable, not just Ohio. And we have 50 horses to qualify the same day. Theoretically, if it was last year, year before, I would just have a plane ticket. I would go with the babies until 1 o'clock. I would fly to Columbus, go to the races, and if I had to go with horses the next day, I could fly right back home the next morning. No problem whatsoever. This is not a normal world we live in. We live now in the world where you can't fly anywhere right now. The borders are closed. When you come back, you have to quarantine. It's just a lot of political stuff. I shouldn't say it's political. A lot of medical stuff and political stuff. And I just can't go. Overall, when we stop and think about it, yeah, my responsibilities lie with thestable.ca and every single horse and every single client in it. That little fella behind me, sorry, but he comes a little bit ahead of everybody else. So I want to make sure that my family's safe and healthy, and everybody else's is too. We're not quite ready to go to Ohio. Amy and I are still talking about maybe potentially renting a house there and going for the whole summer, rather than coming back and forth, staying as a family together and going to Ohio and racing at those tracks throughout the summer. That's still on the table. Me going down there for a few weeks, that's on the table. Coming back and forth is not something I'm really pumped about, but I suppose that's on the table too. So a lot going on. This is the opening for, what's the date? 23rd of May 2020. We'll be right back with Johnny's top 10 list from yesterday. Right back. Do you want to do a top 10 list, Ollie? Who was the best horse yesterday? Who? Say his name. Say its name. Who?
I think Tanzanite.
Tanzanite? Johnny went with Tanzanite. He finished second, though. That was the best long mile in that horse's life yesterday, I think, eh?
Yeah, I went 6 and 4 or something.
Oh, Tanzanite Tricks looked good. Anyway, we'll be back in just a minute.